Good Sunday evening to everybody. My name is Rocco, and I am the CEO and founder of the Support Alliance for Fairness and Equity for Transgender Youth. There's a lot that's been going on this last week or so, and I just wanted to make a comment on it. I don't want anyone thinking that we're not paying attention, because we are. Right now across the United States, transgender youth are under increasing attack through something called bathroom bans. These laws force transgender children or students to use bathrooms based on the sex they were assigned at birth instead of who they actually are. In the last few weeks alone, several states have pushed new legislation or enforcement. Kansas passed one of the most strictest laws yet, forcing transgender people to change their ID, their legal ID documents, and restricting restroom access in public buildings. Basically, what they're doing is telling them that they're not allowed to have their gender identity, their true gender identity. They're just not allowed to have it, and they're revoking people's IDs and passports and driver's licenses if they are not correctly aligned with the sex they were assigned at birth. Basically, taking away their papers. Does it sound a little familiar? Texas is threatening school districts with massive daily fines if they allow transgender students to use bathrooms that match their gender identity. And New Hampshire is now, I believe they have already passed this, considering a similar ban that could make it the first state in New England to pass one. Supporters say these laws are about safety. But study after study shows the opposite. They increase bullying, harassment, and mental health risks for transgender youth. What these laws really do is single out a small group of kids and make their everyday lives harder than they already are. Even something as basic as using the bathroom at school. Here in New York, transgender students are protected under the state law, including the Gender Expression, Non-Discrimination Act, and the Dignity for All Students Act, which requires students to protect LGBTQ students from discrimination and harassment. And let's not forget about the other ruling in Kansas now, where they've said that if a regular person, a regular schmo, is walking down the street and suspects, rightly or wrongly, that somebody is going into the bathroom to use the bathroom, and they're in the wrong bathroom, they can actually sue them and get about $1,000 if they win. That's not a law. That's not freedom. That's called a bounty. And they're putting a bounty on our heads. So just think about that. A law that if you see me go into the men's bathroom, and for some reason you know that I'm female, you're going to sue me so that you can get $1,000. You're putting a bounty on my head. Do you want me going into the women's bathroom? I really don't think they're thinking things through at all. But here's the real story. Here's the real message that I want to get across to you. Trans kids matter. And when I say trans kids, I mean trans youth. I mean kids that are 25, 20 years old, 18, 8. It's bad enough being a kid just trying to figure out how the fuck to navigate in this world. But it's a whole other thing when all of a sudden you become basically designated as a terrorist group with a bounty. Here at Safety, we're not going to stand for that. We're not going to stay silent about that. We are working behind the scenes. We're working on laws. We're talking to people. We're reaching out. And we won't stand for it. It's just not going to happen. And we're never going to back down. Not on our watch.